ever since the disastrous meeting in the White House a couple of days ago, I saw an outpouring of support from the Hungarian public also in the direction of President Zelensky. And I just hope that we Hungarians who were so proud of our 1956 revolution against the Russian occupation, we are realizing that our security depends on the security of Ukraine, and we have to stand next to them as long as it takes. Unfortunately, this is not a big surprise, given the fact that ever since the brutal Russian aggression against Ukraine broke out, Viktor Orban has been consistently going against Hungary's own security interests, siding with Vladimir Putin, and putting a stop to strong concerted EU effort. But this is why I'm happy to see today's gathering, where a coalition of willing could form the way how we Europeans could take better care of our security than before.
What are the Hungarian public's feelings towards the war in Ukraine and what they're seeing unfold before their very eyes? Does the public want to continue with support for Ukraine, whether it be financial or military support?
Well, it's important to note that ever since the Russian aggression broke out, unfortunately, the Hungarian heavily state-controlled media has been flooded by Russian propaganda slogans, basically directly from the Kremlin. The public narrative here at home is unfortunately severely distorted. So just as an example, it was everyday occurrence for quite a long time that in the public media, we heard reports directly giving back the Kremlin's talking points, like Ukraine was responsible for being attacked, that Mr. Zelensky is on drugs, and all that type of crazy allegations. So I'm not sure that the discourse what we have right now is independent of all this. However, ever since the disastrous meeting in the White House a couple of days ago, I saw an outpouring of support from the Hungarian public also in the direction of President Zelensky. And I just hope that we Hungarians who were so proud of our 1956 revolution against the Russian occupation, we are realizing that our security depends on the security of Ukraine, and we have to stand next to them as long as it takes.
I mean, you mentioned the revolution there. Of the Hungarian people, do they feel close to Russia? I appreciate that the media that is very much state-controlled in Hungary will present the Russian narrative when it comes to Ukraine. But do the Hungarian people, do they see themselves as Europeans, or do they want to side with Russia?
Well, I don't think that they want to side with Russia. The narrative that Viktor Orban has been pushing, that this is not our war, we have nothing to do with that. Mm-hmm. This is something that is only a burden on us economically and also otherwise. But of course, this is a lie. We are a country bordering Ukraine. It is our utmost security interest that our neighboring country is a strong and stable country without an active war going on there. A country that is a member of the EU and NATO. We want to have this sort of a neighboring relationship. This is our own interest.
Do you think that Viktor Orban is going to risk his position in the EU by calling for that direct negotiation with Vladimir Putin? I mean, I'm not even for a moment suggesting that Hungary are going to be kicked out of the EU. That's not what would happen. But not going along with a program, if I can put it this way, is going to make it tougher for Hungary and Hungarian citizens.
Absolutely, and this has been the case for many years now. Just for example, Hungary was holding the rotating presidency of the European Union in the past half year. And as the sitting presidency, Viktor Orban went to negotiate with Vladimir Putin, and he put the official presidency logo on pictures made of this negotiation. So I don't have, unfortunately, too much doubt that he will continue with this kind of conduct, and thus risking an even increasing marginalization of Hungary and Hungarian interests within the EU's negotiating rooms.